live? We live on the air?
We're live.
Welcome back to the Housing Hangout, where we talk about anything and everything real estate and lending related. My name is Mark with B Realty Texas. I'm joined by the one, the only, Sam Gabay, Merit Lending, and a very, very, very special guest today. We've never ever interviewed someone live, Jeff Morris, UWM.
The rocket has definitely crashed when it comes to United Wholesale Mortgage. They are the #1 lender in America. It's kind of been the goal of United Wholesale Mortgage is to become the #1 lender in America. Okay, so Jeff, before we get into it, we're in a room right now that's called the Phoenix Suns room.
Yes.
How is that? How are we in a Phoenix Suns room at a mortgage company?
In Michigan.
In Michigan.
Well,
Right, that's another good point. We're in Michigan in a Phoenix Suns room. Tell us how that breaks down.
Well, our president and CEO, Matt Ishbia, he owns the Phoenix Suns. So before that, this was actually the St. Clair Shores room, actually. So I think he's earned the right to update this to the Phoenix Suns room. So this is where we're sitting.
So this company actually started out as a very small company located behind a grocery store. There's only about 12 employees here. I think it started in 1986, right?
Yes, I believe 86. And it was Jeff Ishbia started it with one of his friends. And it was actually Mickey Shore. And it was like a speaker company. But it started off as a broker shop. And
Like a sound speaker?
Yeah, like back in the 90s when you want to some 12s in your trunk.
And they're in Detroit, D-Town, speaker company. Okay.
All right. So from the back of the grocery store, Matt Ishbia grew this into an $8 billion company right now, $9 billion company.
I don't know
You
exactly.
don't know exactly the number,
but
but it's got some zeros. It's definitely got some zeros. It's also now a publicly traded company. Now I happen to be fortunate enough to partner with UWM, so I get firsthand knowledge of how cutting edge they really are, and I have to tell you that they truly are cutting edge. They are always revolutionizing the mortgage industry, and what they have just done is what everybody's always been trying to do. This is a product that people have been talking about for years and years, and there are different facets of this idea, but nobody's ever really gotten it right. Jeff, why don't you tell us what you guys just launched?
All right, so UWM Live a few weeks back, Matt actually launched 0% down on conventional loans, and so there's some confusion out there, and I've heard, well, you have to have a 750, you have to be a first-time home buyer.
Right.
That's not actually true. So you technically, if you're below 80% area median income, that's the 80% area in which you live, right? So, and you have the ability to check that out very easily.
Right.
But if you're below 80% of the area median income, you only need a 620 FICO score or higher. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer, so you could own a home currently right now. And the other thing about the 80% area median income is everyone thinks well, I make $200,000 a year, I can't qualify. Right. Well, if you have a salary of $60,000, but you make $200,000 in commission, but you can qualify with just that 60 grand, and it's below the 80%, you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Okay, so let me break that down. Average median income. So every county has an average median income, meaning what's the average income in your county, right? So this is a 0% down loan. This is a loan structured to help people out who want to get into a home, right? Now, in the past, these loans have been FHA loans, and they're down payment assistance loans. Some of them you have to pay back the down payment assistance, but generally they always come with a caveat. There's a lot of rules to them, income restrictions. There's always a price to it as well. On those FHA loans, they tell you it's 0% down as far as the down payment goes, but you most of the time end up with a higher interest rate. So a lot of the times those deals don't pencil out so well. So this is a conventional loan, not an FHA loan, so less restriction there. And it's a 0 down loan. Now, do you have to pay back that down payment?
So it's technically it's 3%. You're basically going to cover 3% or up to $15,000. I mean, that gives you a $500,000 home, and we're still going to cover that 3%, right? Now,
Yes.
It is a silent second, which means there's no monthly payment on it, there's no interest rate. Now, if you were to refinance 8-9 months down the road and you have the equity, then sure, you're going to consolidate the two together regardless, right?
So basically, it's like Jeff said, to get into a conventional loan as a first-time buyer, you need 3% down. That's the minimum down payment. So it's still structured as a standard conventional loan, but the bank is basically fronting you that down payment, and there's no monthly payment to be made on that, right?
Correct.
You only pay it back when you sell the home, correct?
Yep. Basically, or you pay off the home in 30 years.
I want to clarify too. This is for a primary residence only, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So all you housing hooligans, you can't go use this loan product for all your investment properties. This
Right.
is for your primary residence only. They don't have to be first-time home buyers, though, correct?
No, they don't if they're below the 80% area median income, just a 620 FICO score.
Right, and if
Perfect.
you are over the 80% median income, you can still do this deal, okay, but you'll need a 700 credit score and up. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
First time home buyer, 700 FICO.
All right, so if you have over the 80% median income, you do need to be a first-time buyer. If you don't have over the 80% median income, you don't need to be a first-time buyer. I hope that's simplified enough, right?
Yeah. Now there is something I'll add into that if you actually, let's say you're above the 80% area median income, but let's say you don't have a 700 FICO score. There's a product out there called Home Ready First, right? And it's based on where you currently live. So your current address. So if you're renting or you're living rent-free and you plug in your address and you qualify for that, then you can actually get a $5,000 grant towards your down payment and closing costs, a $500 appraisal credit, and a $500 home warranty credit. So just because you don't qualify for 0% down doesn't mean that you don't qualify for an amazing product out there.
As you can see, UWM is doing everything they can to get you off your ass and get you into a house. I mean, you literally have no excuse at this point. If you've got a 620 score and up, you don't even need to have the down payment anymore. Now, Jeff, is there a change in the interest rate when we do the zero down conventional loan? Or are you going to get the same interest rate as anybody else on a conventional loan?
So it is slightly higher, but it's not very much of a difference. I mean, obviously
Right.
there's more risk involved when we're going up to 100%, but the pricing still is amazing.
It's marginal.
Yes, it's marginal. Yes.
Okay, so way different than the traditional down payment assistance programs you've heard about up until this point. This is totally streamlined, super simple process. You're probably wondering how you're going to find out about this product. You cannot pick up the phone and call UWM and get access to this product. You can't do it, okay? You have to call a guy like me or a guy like Mark and get in contact with your local mortgage broker, all right? So if you're in my area, give me a call. If not, they also have another product called mortgagematch.com. And if you go to that website, you'll be able to find the local mortgage broker in your area that deals with UWM and will give you access to the zero down conventional loan. There's no excuse to wait at this point.
Yeah. Mortgage matchup.
Mortgage matchup.
Oh.
Yeah. Mortgage matchup. That's what. Yeah.
Mortgage matchup, guys. So listen, at this point, you've heard about the best loan product ever. We've always said this on the show. Homeownership is the cornerstone of every single community in America. So there's absolutely no excuses now. If you don't have a down payment, UWM will take care of that. Okay? Call Sam. He'll get in contact with Jeff, and we can make it happen for you.
If you're in other states too, mortgage matchup, all you have to do is go there.
Right,
plug
not
in your
mortgage
address.
match,
Yeah.
like mortgagematchup.com.
Yes,
all right?
it will actually tell you. Yeah, it will tell you the top mortgage brokers in your area. So I only encourage you. It's going to be cheaper, faster, and easier for you to work with a mortgage broker in your area than it is a retail bank. Just about.
That's it. You want to wrap it up?
All right, so there it is, straight out of Detroit, Michigan. We brought you United Wholesale Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in the country. We told you about a zero down conventional loan, which is revolutionary, and we've now given you no excuses not to buy a house. All right, so if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, go ahead and do so right now. That's it for me. What do you guys say?
I think we're out, man.
Peace.
From Detroit.
Have a great day.
Peace.
Have a great day, the guy in the suit says.
It's just part of my vocabulary. That's how I talk.